Welcome to this tutorial for Cool by the Jonas Brothers. Before we go any farther, let me remind you to please subscribe and please consider the Patreon. I also want to introduce the instrument that I'm using today. This is my Kala Thinline Spruce Tenor. This was actually my third ukulele that I ever bought, and it's crazy because it's so thin, but it's also really, really loud. That spruce top has a lot to do with that resonance in the sound. Now, I do think that sometimes this instrument loses some of the depth that some of my other deeper ukuleles has, but in terms of a light instrument that has a little bit of a curve back, this is a really nice instrument. And I've thought about selling it at times, but then I can't pull the trigger. I just like it too much. So I'll be using this Kala, I think it's the SSTU-T throughout the video today. Now to start off with, this is the clean version because these videos need to be used in classrooms. So therefore, we're using a clean version of the song. If you're looking for the not clean version, that's a play along that this will still work for, but you're going to have to supply the other lyrics. Now this song has a very standard 8-measure progression that uses only 3 chords. Now in the original version of the song, there are some color notes thrown into each of the chords, but ultimately these are the 3 chords that will work for you. Now if you don't know those chords, let's go over them. The first one is the G chord. And you make the G chord by putting the first finger on the 3rd string. Again, the strings always go from the bottom towards the floor up. So 3rd string, 2nd fret, first finger. Then 2nd finger goes on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And then the 3rd finger goes between the two of them, making a V on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. That's the G chord. The second chord that's used is the F chord. It's a 2-finger chord. You put your first finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and your 2nd finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And the third chord is the chord that most people start off with. It's the C chord. You use your 3rd finger, your ring finger, on the 3rd fret, 1st string. Now the song uses the same chord progression throughout the entire song, although there are a couple situations where the last chord in the sequence gets cut off early, and there's one situation where a few extra beats of rests are added. But overall, it's the same progression. It goes G, F, C, and G, and each one generally gets a total of 8 beats or 2 measures each. A lot of people are very concerned about strumming patterns, and the reality is most of these songs were not written for ukulele or ukulele. So if you want to play along, anything that works for you works. I mean, that's the whole point. The one thing I always tell people is just make sure that your hand doesn't stop moving as you do the strumming patterns. Now there are some exceptions to that, and we'll actually be talking about that in just a moment. I'm going to give you 2 more advanced strumming patterns to think about, to use in the song, and actually a couple variations of those. So the first one goes like this. It's a 2-measure block, and it's repeated 4 times. Although in the 4th time, you only play the first half of it. So ultimately, what you have to be thinking about is you're in a fast 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to play, I'm just going to mute the strings here, you're going to go down on 1, down on 3, up on the and of 4, rest, and then down, down. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, ready, go, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down. You notice my hand keeps moving through the entire process. So let's do that again a little bit faster. 1, 2, ready, go. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. Now, a little bit faster yet. 1, 2, ready, go. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. And then we're at tempo. So that's what this sounds like. I'll play it for you, starting with the sequence G, F, C, G. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down. Now, if you'd like to try a more advanced version of that, it involves a palm mute. And palm mutes are kind of interesting. I'm not even sure if I play them 100% correctly, but it doesn't matter. You just go for it. And ultimately what you're trying to do is to mute the strings with this part of your hand after you hit the strings with your fingers. So you hit it with your fingers, and then you mute it with your palm. A lot of people call that chucking or chunking, and it takes practice. And even when you practice it, it may not come out right all the time. And how this pattern is going to change then is you're going to go down, down, up, chuck, down, 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 up, chuck, down, down. And you're actually going to throw your hand up after that upbeat. It's going to sound like this. Down, down, up, chuck, down, 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 up, chuck, down, 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 up, chuck, Now, whether or not you want to use the chuck is all up to you. I'm going to show you one more strumming pattern that I hear otherwise through the song. And this is great when everything else is going on and the chuck isn't that important, or you're not dealing with just the exposed kind of mimicking the guitar part. And that one sounds like this. It's pretty much the same as the previous one. I'm going to mute again with my left hand, and I'm going to show you this. It's going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Let's try that with the progression. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, if you'd like a real challenge, you can also put the chuck in there in the same spot it was before. So it's going to be muted again. Down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now let's try playing that along with the sequence G, F, C, G. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, down, up. Please don't think that if you can't play those patterns that you can't play the song. Again, anything goes. So as long as you're keeping your right hand moving while you're doing whatever strumming pattern works for you, that's what's important. Hopefully you found the video useful. Hopefully you can work on those strumming patterns. And as always, remember to subscribe and consider Patreon. And remember, ukulele, it's all about you.